Good morning. Good morning to Tobago, my brothers and sisters in Trinidad, the Caribbean, and of course the world. You are viewing Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I am your host, JW Moore, aka J Soul, and I will be taking you through this very interesting journey today. We have wonderful persons who are going to grace the brunch set. We're going to be discussing so many issues. We have agriculture, we have culture, you name it, we have it today. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are live. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and of course the Amplier Network 102. And also, let me just give you a rundown of what's going to happen today. We take you to the good stuff. Now, the good stuff is something that is telling us about inspiring stories, positive stories of daughters and sons of the soil. Now, these people are doing great things, impacting the world positively, and we felt the need that we should highlight some of these stories. So I'm going to take you first to the news state. Now, this is a good one. Melly Rose is nominated for Caribbean Music Award. Soca artist Melly Rose has been nominated for a Best New Artist of the Year at this year's awards, Music Awards, Caribbean Music Awards 2023. Machel Montano is also set to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award at the same event. The awards are being held on August 31st, King's Theatre in Brooklyn. So my natives, my diaspora, those of you who want to go, it's going to be on the 31st, King's Theatre in Brooklyn. There are several categories, including Mass Designer of the Year, we have Artist of the Decade, and Collaboration of the Year for Soca, Reggae, and Dance Hall. Now, this is going to be so epic. We wish all the best to the recipients this year at the Caribbean Music Awards. So go ahead, Melly. Go ahead, Machel. Go do your thing and continue to make us proud and fly the flag of TNT. We take you to the Daily Express. Indian musical play at Sapa. From the makers of Agman, Trinidad and Tobago's first local Indian feature film, comes Raja Chauhan, a live East Indian musical play that will feature its own original soundtrack. The musical is produced by Parson Productions and a team whose aim is to preserve and promote authentic East Indian culture through film, theatre, and music. In an interview with the Express, Darpan Varuna Parson said to the organization that he was working to satisfy an appetite for quality local East Indian entertainment. So we look forward to bringing that to you live, talented persons, a forum. This is something that is providing our East Indian brothers and sisters in art, theatre, music, to have a platform where they can express themselves. So you really need to check that out. The Guardian is next. Breakdance battle at Sando Creative Arts Center. This should be interesting. Dance promoter Keithan Rollins continues to use contemporary style dance as a form of escapism to build youth in today's society. Without bias, Rollins said that the dance is saturated with different classifications, which all results in a wide avenue of self-expression for the youths to do something meaningful. Quite a lot to see. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come right back I'm going to tell you a little bit about who's on, and keep viewing. I know some of you are still getting yourselves together, so when I take a break, you have the time to do that. Remember, you are viewing Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. I am your host, J Soul, and I am just part of the team that makes it all happen right here at Tobago Updates Television. We will be right back after this.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Summerama, real steam for the summer standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy standard. What you have? What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards have what you're searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beating on quality and price. It nice.
Jade Monkey.
Stand tall.
We celebrate a living legend, Curtis Garant, the Outer International General Garant.
As I send me on a mission, as I want to.
Garanti.
The shot call.
On the 6th of August, it's a celebration with the General Grant, and he's coming with his friends, Gardnerite, Ziggy Rankin, Ice Sasha, and Prophet Benjamin. Your DJs, Trendsetter Goofy, and adjacent G Artistry, Dreads International. Admission only $100 at the door. You pay more. Get your tickets now at Jade Monkey Bar, Barcode, Happy Place Bar, and Pablo Supermarket. For more information, call 266-6626 or 366-0991. Follow us on Instagram at Jade Monkey Bar TBG. On Facebook at Jade Monkey Bar Tobago. It's a celebration with the General Grant on the 6th of August from 9 p.m. at the Jade Monkey. This event powered by Digicel, Carib, Cool Control Air Conditioning, and Blue Heron Establishment.
An array of talent, and the discussion should be really interesting. So I hope you guys are tuned in and you are ready. Now, my first guest is known as an image architect. Now, when I say image architect, your mind should be sizzling now. So that is creativity at its best. That is art. That is design. That is textures and tones. My favorite words that I love to use here on Brunch. And a natural storyteller with a unique skill set for creating value in a myriad of disciplines, from fashion, creative design, communication, marketing, branding, development, you name it. And this young man has done it. Please help me, assist me in welcoming Mr. Keelan Whitlock.
Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
And welcome. Thank you very much.
And thank you for giving us your time. I know you're super busy. And you took the time to sit with us on Brunch.
Yes.
So, like I was saying to you before the break, we love to delve in. We like to get to really know the persons who are seated before us.
Right.
So you know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you take me back fashion design, creation, imaging, artistry.
Yes.
Did you always know that you wanted to be a designer or creative?
For sure. I feel like art, design, fashion, creative spaces was something I always enjoyed. My creative journey started through music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, my creative journey
Make a note
started
of that.
through music. I am actually a awarded toured gospel artist, and it was exploring music I realized that I actually enjoyed the other parts of the creative process.
Oh, so it opened up
That's right.
the avenues
For
there.
sure, you know, I always see music as my definitely my first love. But it was in doing music I realized that I enjoyed doing the artwork for album covers and coming up with the storylines for music videos and then putting the wardrobe together for dancers or backup singers.
Imaging.
That's right.
Yes.
And it was really that process that started this whole whirlwind of a creative journey that I am presently on, you know. So music was definitely the initial tool used to carry me to where I am presently.
Okay.
Yes.
So, music, you see, art and culture is something that usually it's interconnected
For
somehow.
sure. For sure.
And for many of us, we are privileged to enjoy the various aspects or the various forums or
Yes.
platforms. And so you enjoy art holistically.
Correct.
So it's not just that you happen to design well
No.
or you happen to sing well.
For sure.
You enjoy it holistically. And that, I always say, you either have it or you don't. It's a
Correct.
spiritual thing.
I like to say to creating design art is really essentially storytelling, you know.
Yeah.
And when you are able to tell a story well, it translates well into music, design, events. It is really you saying, okay, this is supposed to make you feel this way at this point in time, and then it should take you here, and then it should carry you there, and it should bring you back here. And literally that's art. And that is essentially storytelling.
Yes,
You
in
know,
itself.
so, for sure.
Yeah.
So I like to equate art design to storytelling. Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
And so in doing so, you must have a theme and a focus as to where your design should go.
For sure.
And that is because you are holistically involved
sure.
in every aspect of what
From the
you're
crown of the
doing.
head to the sole of the
Yes,
feet. For sure.
definitely.
For sure.
So tell me about Parsons School of Design.
Yes.
Tell me about your experience there.
For sure. So there was a point in time, so I started, and as I said, I dived headfirst into this creative space.
Right.
One, I launched a creative brand called Keys Studios. It started as Style by Keys, and it really was essentially just fashion styling. And I wanted to get some more formal training because I really was just working based on my natural talent. So looked for some programs and so online and stumbled across some online offerings from Parsons. And did two of their programs, Fashion Industry Essentials and Streetwear Essentials. And I was successful at that program and actually chosen from the cohort online to attend New York Fashion Week.
Oh, wow.
And have a whole behind the scenes access to how the shows are produced, meet some of the designers there, and just really have a full-on behind the curtain experience.
Yeah.
I know we would always see what happens and what comes down the runway, but being able to see the production part of things, that also really influenced a lot my creative process, because you now kind of see the inner workings of the thing, and you're okay, again, storytelling. You're able to see these are the pieces that we put together to make this whole thing.
Right.
You know, so that person's experience in itself was a blessing. And it is not something I was looking for. I just wanted to do the program well, did it well, and was selected.
Yeah.
So came that, yes. Yeah.
But I always say the Tobago son and daughter is a very unique,
For sure. For sure.
a unique
And
blend.
for sure. And the truth is, wherever we go, wherever we are, I feel and know we stand out and we shine. I don't know if it's in the water or if it's in the food, you know.
No, we just have that.
For
We
sure.
just have that
sure.
light.
For sure.
We have a rhythm to us.
For sure.
You know, the way we express ourselves
For
and
sure.
what we put our hands on. You
For sure.
definitely know that. Okay.
I also, as you said, I also want to say, because I imagined this interview starting with you asking me how would I describe myself, and I left when I was like, okay, so she's gonna start to ask me how do I describe myself, and I wanted to say that essentially I describe myself as an artist, but I also use the term I am, and can do all things through Almighty God.
Yes.
You know, it is. My giftings and talents are not of my own, and I know that they are gifts, and I use them.
Yeah.
Because we are supposed to use them.
Yes.
You know, and that is generally a major sell for me in any conversation with anyone. There has to be something that you are special and unique at, and once you find that thing and know it, you are supposed to use it.
Yes, definitely.
It is an injustice to yourself, to God, to humanity, to the world, to not use it, you know? Not just for yourself, but to influence, enhance, help.
And empower
That's
others.
right, for sure.
Because I think we should always seek to do that.
For sure.
We have so many challenges. Social media is one thing. We have so many of the negatives.
Yes.
Someone said to me earlier this week, raising children in this era is such a challenge because you're battling with the outside influences and you cannot possibly shield them from everything. So it's good when they have avenues that they can express themselves. I think it's a good thing when you can find your talents. I mean, not many people are able to early on in life, but hopefully we all, you know, get to what our niches are and get to really express ourselves. Talk about backstage. What's backstage like? What's the buzz? I know there's a buzz, there's excitement, there's chaos, there's confusion, there's all these things going on at once.
Literally all those things. And not just at Fashion Week, but I will even use the behind the scenes of shoots that I produce.
Yeah.
What you don't see is sometimes a lot of, there's a phrase for it, but tips, tricks. There's a photo that I saw sometime where at the front of the photo, it is polished and finished. And at the back, it's pins and strings and things holding this thing together. The creative process a lot of the times is exactly that. You know, smoke and mirrors was the term I was looking for.
Okay.
A lot of things sometimes we see is literally illusions, but the workings of what goes on behind the scenes is a lot of work, a lot of time, sometimes a lot of different players having to be a part of the process to make this one thing what it is. Literally us being here today, behind this camera, there's a whole team of folks working on ensuring that this is well done and presented, you know?
Making it happen,
for sure. So behind the scenes of the creative process, a lot of times is a lot of moving parts. The best way to describe it.
Yeah, the moving parts that really need to come together.
For sure.
And make whatever, and make it great, make it grand, you know, because people want to see the finished product. They want to see the glitz, the glamour, and all of that. But I have to say a special good morning to the technical crew. Oh my gosh, you guys are working so hard. I want you to know that I am truly blessed and I'm truly privileged to be working with you. And thank you and blessings to you. So back to Keelan now.
Very good. You were saying something just now, and I there's a phrase I actually saw my friend post before coming on set. And you were talking about the moving parts.
Yeah.
And the phrase more or less said, I'm trying to work less in balance, because balance talks about evening things out.
Yeah.
But more in harmony. Because harmony means that you accept all the pieces and all the roles and the functions that they have to play.
Definitely.
That bring the entire finished product together, you know?
Yes.
So I saw that today and I thought about applying that to my creative process and generally my life, you know?
Yeah.
Because I always talk about balance. But seeing that today, working less on balance and more on harmony. And as we're talking about creative, I always try to have what I do be built on beauty. I feel like I am here to add some beauty to the space, to the
Some
place.
splendor.
Yes, you know,
Yeah.
we have a lot of ugliness
In the
that
world.
exists, you know,
Yeah.
and the truth is, for the earlier parts of my life, I experienced a lot of ugly. You know, I tweeted something the other day that said, "It is those who have come those who dedicate their lives to beauty, have come face to face with what was ugly." You know,
Yeah.
that's right.
I like that.
Yes, and a lot of times, you see people who are full of light and full of beauty. And it is because they know of the darkness. They know of the darkness. They have been able to come out of that darkness
Right.
and don't want to live or exist there. So they choose to share light. And it is why I choose to share beauty, because I experienced a lot of ugly very early.
Yeah.
And I try to walk it, I try to talk it, I try to live it. So if I were to actually theme or apply a theme to any of my creative processes, it would be the foundation is beauty,
Beauty.
to share beauty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think too, Keelan, as human beings, we need to understand that we can choose
Yes.
what we let in.
Yes.
You choose to dwell in positivity.
That's
you
right.
choose to dwell in beauty.
That's right.
You choose your circle, because
Yes.
as you're evolving, your circle is going to change.
Yes.
It gets smaller.
Yes.
It never gets bigger.
Correct.
It gets smaller because you're seeing really clearly now the people who are for you,
Yes.
who are genuinely
Yes.
and lovingly going to support you in all your endeavors.
Yes.
And I think finding the beauty, as you said, is something that is it's a tremendous accomplishment when
Okay.
you find it. You
Yes.
feel fulfilled.
You see
Yeah?
that, and the lockdown helped me a lot. For a greater part of my life, I did not think that Tobago would be my home. Born and bred here,
Yeah.
but even because of a lot of the experiences I had here, I didn't think I would want to reside here. And the lockdown actually forced me, because we all had no choice.
Yeah.
You couldn't go nowhere. You understand? It actually forced me to sit and find the beauty here. So much so it has influenced a lot of my art now. Like everything that I do, it is actually also aimed at highlighting the beauty that exists right here in front of me and you.
Yes.
You know? So that time, I can't remember if it was a year or two, however long, where we had to sit and exist in the spaces that are in front of us, I had to find it. I was like, this is kind of nice. If we do this to this,
Yeah.
we could present it in this way. That's right.
I see something.
Literally
here.
that, you know?
Yeah.
Literally that. So just as saying, sometimes you literally just have to find the beauty, find the light in a
Yeah,
situation.
you do.
You talk about being in control, and I love to say, you hold the pen to scribe the narrative on experience you desire. You
Oh
know?
yeah, definitely.
But easy.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like if a lot of us are able to apply that, we will see things in so much of a different light. You are literally in control. Not in control because the big man is. But when I say that, I mean, in terms of the type of experience that you have, you could definitely control that.
And he also gave you the gifts.
That's right.
So you need to explore.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
I feel like you're exploring.
Yes.
I feel like you're on your own journey, and there comes a time when we take, each and every one of us, we take a journey that no one else can. It's just you and your almighty.
Yes.
and no one else can
Yes.
take that journey with you. And I
Yes.
think when you get to that point, you have that fulfillment, you see things clearer. The clutter, as I like to say, it kind of gets submerged. You sweep that out, you clean that out, and
For
you're
sure.
able to see what's important.
For sure.
Yeah.
You're
And I
talking to me.
feel like you're on that journey. Tell me about Keys Studio. How
For
did
sure.
you come about
Yes.
creating?
You say that, and I realize that there's kind of a trend with me.
Mm-hmm.
I like to take the L's or blows or losses or what we may call defeats and turn them into triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
And at one of the lowest points in my life,
Yeah.
when I felt like there was nowhere else I could go, I decided to look inwardly and realize, Keelan, you've been sitting with something that you're naturally good at. Why don't you use it? At this point, what else do you have to lose? So many things have been said about you. I was low. Like, I'm sharing my experience with you,
Yes.
right? And I was just like, Keelan, use the L's that you have been given and create something out of it. And looking inwardly at this, the word is natural gifts and abilities that I had. I loved fashion, I loved style, I loved creating, I loved art, I loved design. And I was like, I actually had a conversation with a friend, and he said, it's time for you to stop playing with this thing. Do it for real. And Style by Keys started.
Yes.
And as I tell you, it started as a fashion styling brand. And essentially, it would be that we would do styling for birthday shoots, if there were clients that needed outfits for a particular event or so, I would assist them with finding clothing.
Right.
And that went on for 1 year. And then I realized it went into folks calling to work with their brands and not their business.
Right.
Persons might have had signature or small events, and they say, Keelan, you have a kind of creative eye. Can you come and add your magic to this, And then the business turned into Key Studios.
Right.
And essentially we function as a full service creative agency. We specialize in generally creating editorial experiences. So whether it be through fashion, design, film, music, art, it is generally an all-encompassing creative agency.
Right.
Yes. Last year through Key Studios, after realizing when I was a younger lad, I wanted someone to understand my language, my creative balance. And that didn't exist for me in terms of somebody being able to say, I actually understand what you want to do and what you're trying to do. I launched House of Keys, Foundation for Creatives. We've had the official launch last year and still working on how we're executing that. But it is something that I'm deeply passionate about, being able to share with other creatives, creative youth, just allowing them a space to be able to come and learn and be mentored from other professionals in the creative field. So that's how Key Studio started, and then now building into other things. Yeah.
Tell me about, we're going to break for in a bit, but I just wanted to find out about your inspiration. If you had to sum it up and tell us where it comes from.
The truth of the matter is it is all God. It is all God. I can't say it no other way.
Yes.
I might want to say it come from the birds at this, and it's really God. It's really God. And I commit everything that I do to him. And the truth is I ask him to bless everything that I do.
Right.
And in blessing it, you see the fruits of it, So definitely it is all God.
Point blank, period.
Nothing else to add to it. Yeah. Yes.
What would you say to the persons watching?
Okay.
If you had to leave a line or a phrase of inspiration, what would you say?
we know the phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but the words may never hurt me. For anybody who feels defeated, might have been throwing some sticks and stones at, I want to say, take the stones, build, lay a firm and steady foundation. One not easily shaken, because you are building it on the rock. And the sticks, use it to start a fire.
Right.
Burn and shine so bright that when others see the light, it becomes contagious.
I love it.
Live out loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there you go. I don't have anything else to say after that.
Okay.
So, Helen, I want to thank you so much for talking with me. I definitely have to come check out Keys Studios.
For sure.
I am loving the positivity, and you know, anybody who knows me would know that that is where I choose to dwell.
Very good.
In positivity.
Very good.
I'm loving what you're doing as a young Tobagonian son.
Thank you.
And we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, so thank you for gracing brunch today. I know you're super busy, like I said before, so I'm gonna wrap, and we are gonna be right back. Agro Corner is up next, so you guys don't want to miss this. A lot of information for you. For those of you who are just joining us, the trivia question, nobody got the answer yesterday. Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? Now you guys get to typing, because our prize is a lovely breakfast for two at the Magdalena Grand Hotel. You don't want to miss that. Come on, get to typing. Right, so we are going to be right back. When we come to brunch set, we are going to be speaking with Mr. Dillon, and he is going to be talking about the importance of improving agriculture. You guys don't want to miss that. We'll be right back after this.
All soca lovers, stand up. All soca lovers, stand up.
Are you flood ready? Monitor trusted sources for info. Wear protective gear when you clean up. Contact your insurance provider to assess the damage. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Inner Health, number 13B Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
Right now, Tobagonians are just currying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobie Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, half-inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments, complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
And welcome back to Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, before we went to the break, I would have indicated that this is our Agro Corner segment. Really important information is going to be passed. And my next guest is the Director of Primary Production Crops. Did I say it correctly?
Correct.
TADCO. Mr. Orwin Dillon joins us on the Brunch set. Mr. Dillon, thank you so much for giving us your time. Thank you for sitting with us.
Thank you for having me.
How are you this morning?
Well, I'm enjoying life to the fullest.
Yes, and that's always the best thing. Try to enjoy life. But we're talking about agriculture, and I know it's been the topic of so many discussions in terms of moving agriculture forward. But let's start with what are some of the issues or challenges that you guys have faced dealing with agriculture and pushing it to that pivotal point that it should be.
There's so many challenges, I don't know where to start.
Yeah,
But I can tell you
know.
Where there's a will, there will be a way.
Definitely.
Over the years, there have always been the talk about moving agriculture. But I think there was the will to implement policies that will change the sector. Within recent time, I've actually seen some things being done to move agriculture forward, and I'm thankful for whatever has been done so far, but a lot needs to be done. I think the citizens as a whole need to see agriculture as very important for us going forward as a people. First,
Yes.
it was the culture of our parents. They were very much involved in agriculture. That has been pushed aside a lot by the younger people, and it's going to cost us a lot individually and collectively as the days progress. As we all see the price of food, where it is going to now, somebody has to provide it, and it's coming at a cost.
Yes, definitely.
as we go forward, a lot of people are thinking about homes and people are not thinking about fruit, about agriculture. If you observe this morning, there are a lot of fruits in the fruit basket. And there's a reason why I did that this morning.
Okay.
I want to send a message.
Okay.
Within the last couple of months, a lot of people have been relocated, especially in the Crown Point area for the airport. All those people that were removed, fruit trees were removed.
Yes.
A lot of fruits were removed.
Yes.
And you ask yourself the question, where these people are going to live, if they'll be able to replant these fruits. Some of the varieties you may never get.
Yeah.
Nobody took the time off to choose to save the varieties of those fruits that would have gone. So probably some of them are gone forever.
So agriculture, in your opinion, is not getting that treatment or that special. We're not looking specially into agriculture the way we should.
And if you listen to the budget, generally the national budget, you see the lump of the money goes to education, and now it's going to national security.
Yeah.
Not agriculture.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everyone need a meal to survive.
Yeah.
And it's about time we start focusing on agriculture. If we focus on agriculture, I believe we're going to spend less money in health because the citizens of this country will be healthier people.
Definitely.
We no longer have to run and get supplements. We can get our fresh fruits and get our vitamins, mineral, whatever. We don't have to depend on the pharmacies.
Exactly. And which brings me to food security. That has been a discussion that keeps popping up. But with the discussion, there never seems to be a way forward. Tell me your take on that. What do you think about that?
I think it takes political will to implement policies that will actually move the sector forward. I can say for us at TATCO, we have already started doing things. For example, before there was never poultry contract farming in Tobago. There is no poultry contract farming in Tobago, and we plan to move it. We already involve farmers actually in the cassava industry, where they're actually planting cassava, and the company is going to take the cassava and add value to the cassava. So we actually start doing something. And I personally want to see people in Tobago plant more fruits.
Yeah.
It's needed. It's needed.
Yeah.
Our fruits are needed. It's a very, very important part of our diet for our own health. Soursop is almost something that is going through the window. Soursop is so much dollars per pound, and there's so much health benefit to soursop.
Yeah, even the leaves.
Everybody's saying it's good for this, it's good for cancer, whatever. But I'm saying we continue to destroy our fruit trees. Our grandparents and parents would have planted, and some people would have removed them only to build houses. Nobody's thinking about replanting fruit trees. Some of our children and grandchildren might never even know exactly what some of the fruits look like.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I just overheard one of the interns this morning say she never had a cocoa, she never saw cocoa seed, cocoa bean.
Right, yeah.
Tell me this thing.
Yeah, and that kind of takes you back, because are we educating our youngsters?
No, I don't believe we are. Because I remember from primary school, almost every primary school had a school garden that no longer exists in some primary schools.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be returned. So from an early age, children can appreciate the importance of agriculture.
Yeah, and I think educating at that time, because I remember we had a segment of our day where we had to have our garden tools. We had to go into the garden. We had to plow and prepare the beds, put the seedlings in, and, that kind of thing. And I know there used to be certain competitions that they would have.
Yes, there was a 4-H. There used to be 4-H.
I
was a 4-H at my days.
There was the competition, and they would go to different schools and judge each agricultural project. You'd make natural products from some of the produce and that kind of thing. But it seems to be, well, is it non-existent? Would you say it's non-existent?
I wouldn't say non-existent. I know 4-H still exists, but I think there needs to be a more aggressive approach to make sure all children are involved in agriculture.
Yeah.
We need farmers.
Yeah, we do.
Most of the farmers are age.
We do. Because I remember there was one time we had a career day.
Yeah.
My son, he was, I think, first year at the time, and there was career day. And I think there was one child out of the entire second year class that came just as a farmer. He had his basket with his produce, you know, he had his gloves, he had some of his tools that he would use in the garden. And he was like only one out of the entire second year body of students.
Amazing, eh?
And he came just as a farmer. And I remember sitting and looking at this little boy. And he went up and he gave his presentation about the importance of fruits and vegetables. And, you know, and it was so welcoming because everyone else was dressed as what you would call, okay, civil servants. So you had police officers and you had doctors, lawyers. But one little boy, I would never forget him. He was dressed as a farmer and he had his baskets and his tools. And it got me to thinking, are the policymakers meeting with the stakeholders?
I don't think they're reaching the way they're supposed to reach. I don't think so. We're not seeing the results that we're meant to achieve, especially with our young people where agriculture is concerned. The average young man, he come out of school and he's not in a government job. First thing you want to do is pull bull.
Yeah.
You want to drive a car on the road. You want to drive a car. That's it in thing. You want to hold the money in job. Nobody's thinking about agriculture. And the truth be told, there's so much revenue that can be generated from agriculture.
And the discussion obviously has to change.
It has to change.
Because we still have a lot of taboo that should not be there when it comes to agriculture.
It should not be. You see, in the early days, if you were not successful at school, the first thing your parents would have tell you, they're sending you to the estate to work.
Yeah.
So it look as a punishment.
A punishment,
It sounds like a punishment for not being successful. But I can tell you, if you look around even in Trinidad, some of the wealthier people came from the farming background.
Yeah.
You go to places like El Socorro, and you see the kind of apartment buildings that farmers would have built, because some would have get aged now, so they get out of the agriculture, so they built big apartment buildings from street to street, big blocks. It take money to do that, and it's farmers that do that.
And I know the taboo, we come back to the whole taboo thing. I remember there were two schoolmates. Their mom was a farmer, and she would sell her produce at the market, Scarborough Market. And socially, they were ridiculed for that because their mom is a farmer. But when you look at the type of imaging, they were always well dressed, the most expensive sneakers, and you know, and even with that status and imaging, they were ridiculed because your mommy does sell in the market, and that was like a big joke that her mom was a farmer and a vendor. And I'm saying it brings me back to the discussion. We still have that sort of taboo
it exists.
existing in this day and age.
One should be proud to be a farmer.
Very much so.
You're making money genuinely, clean money.
Very much so. So let's get to the importance. Let's go back to the importance of agriculture. We touched on food security because we're importing a lot.
Yes, we continue to.
Yeah, we're importing a lot. And a couple times I heard the budget and we were in deficit. So which means we were spending more than we were bringing in and earning.
Yeah.
So tell us about the importance of agriculture.
Okay. I'm saying the same important. It's very important for us going forward.
Yeah.
If we don't feed ourselves, somebody has to feed us. And it comes at a cost. Most of the time the food get here, it's already paid for by somebody to import it before it gets here.
Yeah.
And every step it makes, there's additional cost to that food. For us, most of our food produce comes in from Trinidad and not produced in Trinidad. Some come from Caribbean countries, some come from further field. And every time it travels from point A to point B, there's additional cost. So the end users, what Tobagonians, end up paying more for food.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
We pay more for it.
We pay more.
For example, the bananas, you've seen the streets, very yellow bananas on the streets. They're not grown in Tobago. They're not grown in Trinidad. Everybody buy bananas.
Imported, yeah.
It's imported. Bananas can be grown here successful.
Exactly.
All the vegetables, all the fruits that we bring in, can be grown here successfully. All the fruits that's in this basket were grown right here.
Yeah, I was looking at I made a comment about the passion fruit because my mind ran on passion fruit. The juice, it makes like a really lovely tasting juice. Yeah, that's what I grew up on. So when I saw the passion fruit, I had to comment on the star fruit, the five finger as we call it here. It's like a powerhouse. It's like chocked full with
Of course, a lot
all
of
of
vitamins,
these
a lot of fruits,
vitamins and stuff like that.
all our fruits are, and they are fresh fruits.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can just go to the back of your house, pick a fruit, and eat on a daily basis. You have all the fiber, you have all the nutrients that is required for a daily
Yeah.
intake. But yet we choose, because absence, we go to the drugstore, we get a little flu, we have to go and buy this.
Yeah.
Limes, everybody can have a lime tree. You don't have to
and
don't have to become a
beetroot
very
and
big
these
tree out of
things
control.
can work.
You
Yeah,
just prune it and keep it under control. And if
definitely,
you prune your trees, you get better quality fruits, less fruits, but larger fruit, better quality fruits.
definitely. And you heard it right here. On that note, we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more Mr. Dillon. We're going to talk about these lovely fruits in the baskets, and we're going to talk about more importances of agriculture. We'll be right back after this.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
October will never be better. With Tobago, carnival fever. Okay, passage and come on over.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
With Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, before we went to break, I was speaking with Mr. Orwin Dillon. He was speaking very passionately about the importance of agriculture. During the break, we had this wonderful discussion about some of the history of our lovely island, Tobago. He was alluding to the fact that we were actually agricultural giants. We were doing our own exporting of cocoa, and you mentioned a lime.
Just we had a lime factory.
A lime
Tobago.
factory.
Just we're exporting lime juice out
Yeah.
of Tobago.
Oh my, we going backward with this thing. We
Very
need to
far
be
back,
going
yeah.
forward.
We were exporting. At one time, I remember we exported copra to Port of Spain, CJ. We had Bonaccord Estate, Lowlands Estate, all those estates that were exporting copra to Trinidad by the bags.
Wow. So what are we doing? What are we doing for schools? Are we doing any type of education in schools when it comes to agriculture?
I'm not sure, and I would not like to say no, because I am aware of the fact that TATCO would have engaged some of the schools with chickens, having them involved in the growing of chicken.
Poultry.
Yes. Some schools, I know that school guard, I know exactly how productive it is, but I think it's something that needs to be looked at. It should be on the curriculum for all schools, I think, across the board.
Okay.
At least give the children an opportunity, give them a start, so they can have an option to choose as they go along.
And do you see more young people getting involved in agriculture?
I think once they're exposed to it, and you expose them to it, I see it happening.
Yeah.
I see it happening.
Because we went on a trek to Kendall Farm School one time, and I think they were doing they were making honey and other commodities like that. So that was just one of the few places that were actually institutions that were actually getting hands-on. As a student, you're getting a hands-on type of training, but we need other institutions.
Well, fortunately, you mentioned Kendall. I'm a product of Kendall.
Well, there you go. There you go.
I went into Kendall on Monday, the 10th of November, 1975. There, I did, agriculture. I started at school. When Mr. Silton Rodriguez was the agricultural teacher at school at Bonaccord Government School. So I started there, and I was encouraged, and I went on to Kendall in 1975, and I continued. So for the last 45 years, I was actually directly involved in agriculture.
And you mentioned the 4-H club.
Yes, I was a 4-H.
You were 4-H as well?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
And it was nice competition. It was encouraging. I remember one year we had a tree planting competition in Tobago. I was first. I remember going to Trinidad to participate in Trinidad. I think I was third to Trinidad in tree planting competition. So there are a lot of incentives. I remember those things. I participated in competition, national competition, run up in Trinidad, came first place in Tobago before. So there are a lot of benefits of being in agriculture.
And the Ministry of Agriculture, are there any discussions taking place or carded to take place?
I can say for the Ministry, as I said, the Ministry of Agriculture, we do not have a Ministry of Agriculture, we have a division of food security.
Yeah, but I was talking
nationally.
Nationally, yeah.
The secretary for our division, she will be able to say that what kind of discussion taking place between the ministry and the division.
Right, okay.
I'm not in a position to say at that level what is happening at this point in time.
Okay,
what kind of collaboration is taking place.
Because I think we did, like we said before, the conversation.
Yeah, we just experienced the visit of we just experienced the visit of a king from Ghana, and I heard them talking about energy, and I was hoping to talk agriculture and probably bring in some planting material from Ghana into Tobago to transform the agricultural sector. Those are the kind of things we need to see happening, bringing new varieties into the island. We are challenged with climate change. We need new varieties, yet we need, as much as we need our original fruits, we need to get new varieties that can deal with climate change. And those are some of the kind of discussion I think should be taking place, where we can have new varieties coming on the market along with our local, so we can actually reach the challenge of climate change.
Definitely. So tell us about this wonderful basket. It looks like a painting. It looks like, it looks like a portrait. Yeah, tell us about. Believe it or not, guys, there are persons who may not know what some of these produce are. I'm just being as real as I can. There may be persons who don't know. So I'm going to let Mr. Dillon just give us a synop of what is in his wonderful basket. So where would you like to start?
This is pumpkin. It's a pumpkin squash.
All right. So we're starting with the pumpkin.
Believe you me, it was not planted by me.
Okay.
It just grew up on the farm, and I left it, and
it sprouted into this.
Into this.
Wonderful.
This was harvested more than 4 months ago. There was no fertilizer, no money. It just grew up, and I left it as a vine crop, and it produced. And it was there for months now. And because that's when I choose to bring it.
Wonderful.
These 5 fingers were harvested yesterday. So you can see that the still stem is there.
And star fruit. I saw it on the internet, and they were calling it star fruit as well. Now, I can testify to this fruit. You see the vitamin C in this? You guys need to check this out. The vitamin C is amazing. It is out of this world. And also the fiber. It has a lot of fiber. It's chock full with fiber, iron, you name it, this fruit has it. So I just recently was getting over the flu, and this was some of the juice. I had to drink this like on a daily basis, and it really helped. So just letting you know, if you see it around, it's something that is really beneficial. Next we have pomegranate. Yeah. Don't know if you guys saw this. Sometimes they look a bit purple. They have like a purple color, some of them. Yeah, this is also
very expensive.
Chocked with vitamin C. I know that for a fact. Right? And of course, my favorite, a passion fruit. Now, I was talking earlier about passion fruit juice. It's one of the most refreshing juices you can have. That flavor. Someone made wine with it some time ago. You could make wine with just about anything, as a matter of fact, but somebody made wine with this. And the smell, the aroma, the smoothness, also very good for cold and oh, it's only just go up and read about passion fruit now. I don't have to say anything else, but this is definitely one of the fruits you need to try. So for those of you who don't know what this is called a passion fruit. And of course, well, you guys know this one. You guys know this. Yeah, this is, as we say, zabuka.
Avocado.
But you guys may know it as avocado. In our local parlance, it's zabuka, but this is avocado. Yeah, one of the many important sources of fats and potassium that the body needs. So, yeah, I'm hoping that Mr. Dillon would give me this to carry home, because I need some to eat with some pilau later.
Well, there's no need to put it back in the basket.
Yeah, I'm hoping he would give me this. Yeah?
These are locally grown bananas.
So then we have bananas.
Not imported.
Not imported.
No chemical.
No chemicals. And we don't have to worry about the shipping and handling, because we don't know if all those sanitation policies are up to par. So this is grown here, natural, no pesticides, no preservatives, none of that. Natural, natural, natural. That's what we're doing today. Agriculture, brunch morning show. Mr. Dillon is here. We're talking the importance of agriculture, and this is where it's at. So bananas, not imported. Let me just mention that again.
Locally produced limes.
And then we have limes, locally produced. And of course, sugarcane. Now, I was told we used to export sugar. Yeah. So we were doing all these things, and we need to get back to those things. The importance of agriculture, that's what we're talking about. And if you would have been around for the Charlottesville experience, they were actually like squeezing and grinding this into cane juice and to make sugar. That was one of the staples of our feats here when we went to Charlottesville for Natural Treasures Day. So this is what this is. Some people may not know. I know it sounds silly, but there are persons who don't know what this is. So this is sugarcane. Yeah, we talked about everything.
Yes, I believe so.
Basically,
yes.
You know, and so we could conclude and say that definitely the conversation needs to be had. Yes. It has to change the narrative. the policymakers need to somehow meet with the people who actually do this thing. The conversation is being lost. And so we chart forward. Let's chart forward positively. Let's go to the schools. Let's get to the young minds. And let's, build that appreciation for agriculture. So thank you so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
I had so much fun talking with you. I'm hoping that you can come back because we have some more to discuss. I know Tadco is doing a lot and we need to touch on that. You guys are making headways with agriculture. We're going to take a break. But before we go, guys, trivia. Let's get to that trivia. Tobago Heritage Festival just ended and we would have had, the winner doing her thing, the people that went before her, the pioneers. Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? Now remember, the prize, your lovely prize, is a breakfast for two at the Magdalena Grand Hotel here in Tobago. All right, so we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back.
Are you flood ready? Recycle and properly dispose of large waste. Avoid sweeping yard clippings or trash into drains. Plant trees to avoid soil erosion. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement, and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Susolands, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Good morning. Put a smile on
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider TATIL is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider TATIL is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard, I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider TATIL Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
With Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, I told you that we had a very interesting show for you, and we spoke from culture, art, design, we spoke about agriculture and the importance of it. And this takes me to my next guest. Now, he has been blowing up on social media, the airwaves, for some time now, entertainer and content creator. Some of you may know him as his production as Storytime. But to us, he is Shaquille Sylvester, and he is gracing us on Brunch this morning. Shaquille, good morning. Are you there?
Good afternoon. You hear me?
Hi, good morning.
Good day, good day, good day, good day. How are you?
I am so blessed. I have been waiting to speak with you for a very long time. I want to tell you
Really?
that I am very proud of you. I think you're doing amazing things. And I was so excited that my producer told me that I was going to be talking with you today. I actually saw some of some pictures of you guys. You guys in the UK, I believe, and you're doing wonderful things there. So thank you so much for talking with us. So how are
Thank you for
you
having me.
today, Shaquille? How are you doing today?
Today is basically, as you can see, I'm in the store because we have a show tonight. So we're trying to, gather some last minute gear. I look rusty right now because the last time I trim is when I was in Tobago. You understand? So we're looking for a barber close by that could trim people like us. You understand?
Yeah.
Without getting butched up. I'm actually in a hustle right now, but we had the time to talk. You understand? So we
Yeah,
take this time out to talk with you. So I'm
definitely.
good.
So
I'm good. The team is okay as well.
all right. So tell me about this trip. Tell me about this event. How did this idea come about?
All right. So basically, this happened before. I know people maybe think it happened like after jazz, but this happened before jazz because I was speaking with a lady from London. She came to Tobago and they had a party and they had asked me to drop her back to the hotel in Crown Point. And while I was driving down, I was playing one of my songs. And she was like, I love this. What is this? So when I was going on, she was like, I said, well, that's my song. And she was like, you for real? And I said, yeah. She said, well, I have to get you to London. So this basically started earlier. I think it was more around March. But it only
Okay.
came through properly at just after jazz.
Okay. And performing, is this something that you always wanted to do?
Yeah.
Always into
Um,
performing?
yeah. I'd always loved the stage, you understand, for some reason. I was like, I'm a born, grew up, only child, so I entertained myself in the mirror a lot growing up. So I always had a lot of things in my mind because I do not semblance around. So I like to create stuff, shows, like imagination of all kind of craziness. And
Yeah.
when video and or I should say when multimedia come into play, where I could create what I see in my mind. That is how we got there.
And story time. Tell me about that. How did this come about? Story
Um,
time.
story time, story time basically come about a day I was in work. It came about by chance, to be honest. I had to export something long for Christmas Eve. That was Christmas Eve, and Snapchat was fairly new. So, since I'm here whole day waiting for this to export, taking 12 hours, I should just do a video, tell a story about the first time I got on. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I put it on Snapchat. I don't know so much people was on Snapchat. I don't know if I really blew up into a thing. And it's then I started to look through other people's snaps and their stories, and I seen there screen recording me and putting it up and saying story time, story time. So when I started to say, all right, story time starting at 9 p.m. on a Sunday, that's how it really started. And I used to see a lot of people dropping owls, and snowflakes. That is saying that, yeah, we agree, we want story time. So that was me just telling story on the camera. And then I was having a conversation with Parks Ade, Anton Parks, and he was telling me, why don't you just take it up on next level? And he showed me an example or something. And then I said, okay, all right, I'll try it. So I took the narration and put my voice under it and turned it into a whole production. And from there, to be honest, since school, I always wanted to do music. I was just scared of doing it in Tobago because it's very difficult as an entertainer to be an artist in Tobago. It's tough, so I had to be very brave. And from the time I step on a stage, they're asking me like, what you want to do? What are you really doing? So there I was like, you're happy living your life? Life's so short. Just do what you want to do now, and I want to do music. So I took this story time and changed it and started telling stories in the music. And I understand my story, a friend's story, and just put it out there. And like Tuta Shinga is very relatable. So that's how I transitioned from there to doing the music and in England right now.
Yeah, and I like what you said about being happy with yourself. And so you
Yeah,
choose to express yourself in the way that you know how, what is comfortable
yeah,
to you. What
yeah.
inspires you? What inspires Shaquille?
Um, from the early days, Michael Jackson. Then after that, after he died, it was Cristiano Ronaldo. And I start looking like when I see where people could come from and end up in life, that really inspired me because that's my idol. I see that he had way less than me. You understand? I never used to go by no shop and ask for burger and anything to eat. Mommy would have provide for me, my family would provide for me. And to see people come from that into what they have now, that really inspires me to keep going. And if who knows me know that I hate to hear no or it cannot happen. So that does drive me to make it happen. And the day I told my friends, I say I'm gonna end up on jazz stage and I said I'm gonna perform like last year. I was like, I'm gonna perform on jazz stage next year. And they laughed. They was like, boy, you don't even have a track. I said, watch and see. The fact that they laugh, I had to make it a
Propelled
reality. So
you. Yeah.
yeah. So that's even with POB in school. I don't like POB at all. And because the teacher had said something about you will never pass. Where you going, you will never pass. I hate it, but
Yeah.
I did pass it because I hate anybody to tell me I can't do something.
Yeah. And
So
the
that's basically,
negativity.
yeah, so that's
Yeah.
my drive. If you talk bad, it will happen. So I love that energy to transfer it into positive energy.
Yeah. And I like the way that you're saying that the negativity fuels you, and it
Yeah.
propels you to not just prove the haters wrong, but to prove to
Mhm.
yourself that you are
Yeah.
worthy and that you can do anything that you set your mind to. So that is what
Yeah.
I'm picking up from you. And with your European tour, where are some of the places that you would be performing? We'll touch on that, and then you tell me a bit about the team of you who is going to be gracing the stages there.
Okay, so from the schedule up here tomorrow, well, today we have a show at Infinity. The last show I think was Sasha. The one before that, well, Itada is with that one at Scala, and I have a next one tomorrow. To be honest, I try to focus on the creative side of things, so I can't say per se the exact names, but I could roll out the list through my manager. Okay, I just got a manager. I was doing everything for myself, which was too much for me. So I kind of stray away from the creative side of it as the more administration work. So a lot of the things now, as in planning for shows and stuff, I know my manager have that in place, so I could ask them. But I know from our last performance, we have a show in Africa. You understand? So that's still confirming any conversation of organizing that because the first show was a banger. It was really nice to see people who don't even know your music act in a way how they act because they say it sounds so new. What it is, I say it's Kari Afro, is a mixture of our dialect and Ilka Afro in it, and they love it. And I was like blown away. Like the promoter hugged me whole night, whole night, whole night, whole night, just keep hugging me. And I said, they did great, we love it, they love you, this and that. So from that now we're going up the scale. We're supposed to go. We have a next tour confirming. You understand that in the process right now. And I know with that tour as well, we're supposed to go Africa as well and up the islands. The place is the safe. I can't say because, like I said, I try my best to dive heavy back into creativity because for the past 2 months I've been heavy on administration. I haven't been able to record a new track yet. Tomorrow I'm going to record something. But yeah, as for planners and for shows, I know tonight we have Infinity. Friday we have a next show. I don't know what happened on Saturday, but basically that's it for shows and good for.
I like the fact that you incorporated so many aspects of art. I saw one picture. It wasn't a video; it was a picture, and I'm seeing percussionists. I'm seeing dancers. I'm seeing so many creatives in one space. Yeah, this is the picture right here. I'm seeing one of my friends, that's Savio in the corner there. He plays bass. How did you
Yes, it was.
incorporate these various creative minds? How did you pick the team?
And actually, I was looking for a band for jazz. You understand? And I picked the team honestly through Colin. The band was basically from Colin. I said I was
Yeah, I
looking
see
for a drummer.
Colin.
Chevelle put me onto Colin. I said Colin is a reboot. I said I know he does drum, but I don't know how good he is. I knows nothing but this kind of music and band. I'm now learning this. I only
Right.
learn these things leading up to jazz. I am still learning. You understand? So I needed help. And Chevelle told me that's a dancer. So bring Jamwa. And when she sent me a video, I was like, okay, this looking good. Not knowing the person who sent the video is actually my videographer up here right now. So it was like a web. You
Yes,
understand?
connecting.
So everybody was connecting. And then I met the band and we started working from there. They didn't know me properly. Well, I know them from school, but we don't have no kind of personal relationships except for Jay. I didn't know Savio that well. Now I know who Savio really is personally as well. As for the photographer, Mikhail is a good friend of mine. You understand? And what else we have? We have Chevelle. We have done work in the past because we're in the creative sector. So we have somewhere along the road bounce up. And I would say, okay, I think this is the right team to carry. And that is how they were selected.
So the events that you're performing at, is it themed story time? Is the theme story time uh,
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
your production and your creativity into it? Is it themed story time, or is there a name for the concerts that you guys are going to be performing?
No. It's basically team story time.
Team story time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was to be honest, I was very scared about that because I really thought let me be honest with you, Ole. What I really thought is these places have their club shows and they stage performances and okay, they already have people and they call us there to perform. Something like what has happened here until the big acts come. I thought it's
Yeah.
something like that. I misunderstood. So it's basically promoted story time. When I got here, I understand that. So when I heard that, I was like, oh boy, nobody ain't coming. You understand? So I started to worry. But there's something about up here that love new. You understand?
Yes.
And once you sell it and it's attractive, they come.
And they basically
So
the bar was set. The bar was set,
mhm,
and you had to really show them how we do it in
yeah,
Bago. Yeah, because
yeah,
you went
yeah,
thinking that you were just going to be a part or some small part of the mechanism there, and then you were told
yeah,
that, oh, this is you and this is your show and you
yeah,
have to do what you do basically. So
yeah,
you had to
correct.
raise the bar and show
Yeah,
them what makes us special, what makes the Tobagonian son and daughter a unique one. And I think that you're doing just that. And like I said, we are very, very, very proud of you, and we wish you
yeah.
nothing but blessings, success in whatever you endeavor to do. We are so blessed that you're here with us. What's next for story time though? Tell us about the listening party. Let's touch a bit on that.
Okay, so basically, listening party is something just like what happened in the last show. They basically play our music. So what happened in the first listening party because I'm going along with what I saw in the first one. Because I don't really understand it 100%, but I'm getting to understand it as the days go. So basically, they set out, the first show they set out, they send it out to certain promoters and certain people around, and the people with the money and the people with the promoters who do the big shows over here, they come. You understand? They come, they sit down, and they take in, but they don't let you know. Well, my promoter, the agent, didn't tell me nothing like that. I just thought it was regular people. So the people they invite to these things is basically people could make things happen for you. You understand? And I think tonight is something. Tonight is the same thing. They'll play my music, they'll run some others, and then bow, I come out. They tell me I have 15 minutes to go. Run out on the stage, give them 100% how we do it back home. And yeah, basically that. After that, a lot of people that take numbers, they take contacts, they take Instagram, they take handles, and honestly, they've been asking if you could have stayed longer because, like, yo, we need you all here, we need you all here, we need to carry you all there because they love the vibe. And if it's one thing, the team gonna pick a better team because when we go there, the energy is 100. You understand? The energy is 100. When I'm there, the dancers going, the band cheering, even if it's not a show that includes the band, they're still 100% supporting and cheering and knocking and the whole. Everybody feeling that energy and it's like, nah, this is the real thing here. So
Yeah, the
this is what's gonna
energy.
happen tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you
So they play a
realize,
big role too.
Shaquille, you realize what's happening here? You are stepping each door, you are being pushed through it. And it's almost
Mhm.
like you have to
Mhm.
represent and represent well. Do you realize that this is how it's going for you?
Honestly, with so much going on, I doesn't really study.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the mind be hot,
Representing.
like hot.
But
So a lot of things is unless Colin
how
may
long
say,
is the tour?
brother, how long is it?
How long is the tour? The tour of
Actually, we come back on
Storytime.
the 8th, and I think it's from the 26th of this month. I supposed to be back at we're supposed to be back at London again.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it's
glad
be
glad
and
for,
it's
glad you had
basically
even asked that because that come from some stuff.
and the team is basically remaining the same. This is the team for Storytime.
Yeah, yeah, because I will be real with you. Like I don't want to. I'm not a selfish person, right? So when this came about, they didn't have to believe in me. The team I have here didn't have to believe in me and walk on jazz stage. I told them every other night, I say, you all are mad people. Why? Because you have never seen me sing on a stage before. Ever. But you all trust to come out on jazz international night stage with me. So whatever you all saw in me is something that I don't even see 100% yet. You understand? Because everybody, if you watch the list, expect who was on stage for jazz, all these are professionals and what they do. They have been doing this a long time. I'm the rookie here. I'm the novice here. And to trust me to go that far, I don't think I see anybody else I could carry along with me, understand? They carry me that far, they actually asked me to the high alone to come up to London. I was like, I don't feel comfortable coming alone, to be honest. I don't feel comfortable coming alone. And I said, you gotta make something work out for my team. And they made something work out for my team.
And Shakil, I just want to acknowledge your humility. You
Mhm.
are very, very aware that this is a team effort, and you are not hesitating at all to speak on each and everyone who is making this possible. The mechanics of it all. Everybody has to come together in order to build a great show, build a great brand. Story time needs to be growing from strength to strength as we go forward in life. And I get the feeling that this is also a journey for you. It's also a journey of enlightenment. And so this is why I made the comparison just now, where you are thinking that you're just going to be a part of something when in truth and in fact it is your time to show what Tobago is all about. And I'm continuously gonna say we are so proud of you. We are very, very, very proud of you. Right?
Yeah,
And
I appreciate
also,
that.
go ahead.
No, you was talking about journey and these different things, and I was thinking about it feels like few days. Like the truth is, it didn't start off 100% okay. That's why I'm just put out in the air. You know, I'm straightforward. I put getting the horn and these different things out in the air. I don't have no shame of putting things out in the air. It didn't start the best. I'll be real. Yeah, so we had some hiccups and stuff, but because we are a young group, we are new to this kind of tour life, and temperature, a lot of things in a foreign country that we can't just, go there and fix it. And what I'm happy for is that despite whatever happened, whatever challenge came, because I said, and I said, listen, nothing in life come easy. Nothing. You understand? So we had to grind through wherever, because we had a trickle effect from hiccups. One thing had changed and it trickled down to everything. And I said, are we going to make all these things affect us? No. We are team, we are creative. There are people who want us to fail. We are not going to fail. What we are going to go back home to the same thing. No, we have to make it happen out here. So we have to stick together, be creative, be the best that we can be, and drive forward with the forces. We are not going to be blessed. God is not going to give us the next level if we can't take the stress here. You understand? So we had to push through all of that to be granted the next gift. The gift was here. No, we had to go to the next level. So it didn't start how we wanted to start it. How we wanted it to start. But I think God had to give us a reality check to say, yeah, we're going to let it keep focused. Don't get too happy. Keep focused. And now you're ready for the show tonight.
And there you have it, guys. You heard the man, Shaquille Sylvester. Keep focused. And that is what we're going to take with us going forward. Shaquille, thank you so much for speaking with me on Brunch. I know you're super busy, but thank you for giving us your time and just filling us in on what is happening with Story Time. A lot of big things are coming out of the framework. And I'm so happy that you are in this place at this time and you get to express yourself in the way that you choose to. So from our Brunch family to you, we wish you peace, love, and light, and blessings to you and your team as you go forward. All right? So we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more Brunch, Taste of Tobago.
Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates. Real questions and honest conversations with the sole aim of keeping you fully in the know. Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates.
Summerama, real steam for the summer standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more. Standards have what is searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beaten on quality and price. It nice.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Summerama, real steam for the summer at standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have? What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards have what is searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beating on quality and price. It nice.
Jade Monkey. We celebrate a living legend, Curtis Garant, the International General Garant. Garanti. On the 6th of August, it's a celebration with the General Grant, and he's coming with his friends, Gordonite, Ziggy Rankin, Ice Sasha, and Prophet Benjamin. Your DJs, Trendsetter Goofy, and Jason G Artistry, Dreads International. Admission only $100 at the door. You pay more. Get your tickets now at Jade Monkey Bar, Barcode, Happy Place Bar, and Pablo Supermarket. For more information, call 266-6626 or 366-0991. Follow us on Instagram at Jade Monkey Bar TBG. On Facebook at Jade Monkey Bar Tobago. It's a celebration with the General Grant on the 6th of August from 9 p.m. at the Jade Monkey. This event powered by Digicel, Carib, Cool Control Air Conditioning, and Blue Heron Establishment.
We are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, before I went to break, I told you time and time again, it is a wonderful show. We have a lot of wonderful people. We just spoke with Mr. Shaquille Sylvester, aka Storytime, and he is doing wonderful, wonderful things, impacting the European culture with a taste of Tobago. That's basically what's happening. So we wish Shaquille all the best in his endeavors. Thank you to the persons who came, who were here this morning. Mr. Dillon with that agricultural, sector and talking about the importance of it. Thank you to Keelan for sharing his journey with us. And now we're going to be speaking with the creators of something called Fet Travelers. With me, I have Miss Shaunaria Taylor and Mr. Kiambu Gaul. Did I say it? Did I say it right?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So welcome. Thank you so much for talking with us. Fet Travelers. Oh my gosh, I wish I could do your job, just traveling and getting to do these wonderful events, and then I pack up and I go somewhere else. It's so amazing, but give me a little backstory on how this came about.
Well, I had a company called Random Entertainment that worked within the Caribbean sector with like events and Caribbean culture. And he's from New York and has a platform where he does entertainment and influencer marketing work, which is two different aspects of the industry spectrum.
Completely different.
Yeah.
So when we bumped up on each other and kind of meshed what we both did, by nature, we basically became travelers. And when we went we did a tour last year.
Like a mini tour.
A mini tour to like 3 countries that we called the Return of Carnival Tour, celebrating coming out of COVID and stuff like that. And that was all it was supposed to be. And whilst we were in St. Lucia, we were talking to one of the locals there, and they were talking about their tourism and stuff like that. And I started to explain to him how Tobago does stuff and what naturally happens, and the idea of what we travel for, which is fetting, and the fact that there is no existing travel agency or brand that directly caters to the fetting audience, a real genuine society of people that want to know where to go, what to do, who to party with.
Especially now that more people are inclined to like travel and stuff, especially from foreign. People have the funds, financially stable enough to actually do it more. So a lot of people want to do it more, but they kind of lost towards how to
how
do
to
it.
do it. So when we realize what his brand does, which is influencing, which is a major element in US culture, we started to realize that that's a real lifestyle. People want to know how to fit in the same way you do. So what we decided to do originally was just be the kind of voice that guides people towards, but what the company turned into by the grace of God is that we now basically operate as a centerfold. So we are marketing inwards and outwards. We're telling persons what to expect while simultaneously helping these promoters, these band owners reach an audience that they did not previously have access to.
You know, I'm looking at you and I'm so proud of you guys. I absolutely love it when young people are doing positive things. I'm sure brunch viewers, you all hear me say this every time. I love it when young people are doing positive things. You're impacting humanity, you're impacting the world. And you know, when we heard about Fet Travelers, you know, my mind went buzzing because I'm thinking, okay, the culture, the Caribbean culture is something that is so unique, it's so diverse. And you guys are basically bringing people in to really view that in a way that they
Yeah,
would not necessarily have the opportunity to do
view that
otherwise.
before.
So
Yeah.
Kiambu, this is where you came in terms of your influencing, you know, knowing how to navigate and operate the markets and, you know, getting people to just watch and see and be a part of what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
keep them
where are
intrigued.
you
Engage.
guys
Yeah,
going
intrigued.
next? What's your next
Well,
stop?
currently we're in Barbados, and our next stop would be
Grenada,
Grenada for Spice Mass,
Mm-hmm.
then
and then headed to London,
London,
then New York, Miami,
and then
Tobago, Uber
Tobago.
Circuit Cruise
Yeah. So technically, Tobago would be the last carnival for the year.
for the year. Yeah.
Right.
Well, technically, the last carnival for the year will be St. Kitts, but St. Kitts falls at the
Within
end of December,
December,
January.
January, yeah.
So we're going to use that to kick off our 2024 tour.
Okay. And how do you because I'm thinking, okay, my mind is logistics all the time. So I'm thinking getting to and from transportation, accommodation, you know, stuff like that. What is your budget like in terms of doing all this traveling? That's where my mind went.
It's hard.
What
Yeah,
is it
our
like?
budget.
What is it like to really budget and, you know,
So
get
I
to
wouldn't
these
say
places?
I wouldn't say we have a concrete budget. Our budget kind of fluctuates
Based
depending
on the
on the
destination.
destination because we're dealing with different types of currencies. So we kind of have to delegate, I guess, like future preparation towards which countries we go in for a span, like period of time within like 2 3 months, and then we have to figure out the
What we're
funds.
doing for the next one whilst we're moving. So when we started the company originally, like we said, it wasn't a company, it was just supposed to be a vibes thing, like a committee.
Right.
When we understood our power would have been when we worked with International Steven for Carnival Bubble in November last year. And when we realized what people actually wanted from us, we created a new program and we mapped out what we knew we would have been doing. So we knew from December the carnivals that we would have been going to and how much on average we would need to execute that. And we made a choice to invest in the company for ourselves. So we reinvest into each other. So we started off with Trinidad Carnival. Trinidad Carnival profits or brand profits helped us Jamaica, and then Jamaica helped us to get to Uber and so on until we get to the end of the cycle. Because what we needed to do was actually span one entire year within the company to know what the fails were, what the strengths were, how each
We learn the
carnival
process.
operates, so we could build a model. So we kind of work also very heavily blessed by the companies we work with, because the bands we work with or the promoters we work with, they host us because we're influencers. So we'll get sponsorship on tickets, we'll get accommodation assistance, we'll get lifestyle assistance. So it really is a kind of a puzzle that is pieces
Yeah,
well together.
yeah, it's not definitely not a straight line. We couldn't explain it to
We
you
couldn't
linear.
explain it to you in any
Yes.
Yeah,
specific way.
But
For
it's
now, anyway, since we started now.
definitely a network. I think the connectivity is what
Mhm.
drives this whole thing and makes it successful. I
Very
think
much so.
also culture is something that really brings us together. It's one of those entities that brings us together without question or pause. It's something that's natural. And you are in that position, Shanaria and Kiambu. You are in the position to have such an influence on what we see. So collaborating with these bands and these creatives, and it seems so exciting. Like I'm saying, I wish I could experience just even a bit, even a snippet of what you guys do, because it's so exciting to be able to show the culture in that kind of way. So I know that you
Yes.
collaborate with the band leaders, and you were saying, Shanavia, that it's sometimes it's a barter, and you are sponsored your accommodation and things like tickets and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it really helps for you guys to go from strength to strength with Fed Travelers. I actually love this idea. It's so dynamic.
And
It's
the
so
name flown so quick
So
for me.
perfectly,
positive.
because we
I love
actually
it that you're
always
young. I love it that you have a focus, because our young people get a bad rep sometimes. We're not doing the right thing and we're
no.
fighting in school and all these kinds of things. And I love when young people are doing positive things not just in the Caribbean, but in the world, because you spoke of other countries. Just remind us where you are next. Where are you heading next?
We're in Barbados right now, and we're going to Spice
Mm-hmm.
Mass next.
Okay,
And
so
then
it's
after that, we
Spice
go to
Mass,
London.
and after
Oh, so
Spice
the
Mass.
entire line. So the rest of the year is from here to Spice
Mm-hmm.
Mass to New York for Labor Day. No, Spice Mass
London
to London, London to New York, New York
to
to
Miami,
Miami, Miami to
Tobago,
Tobago, Tobago to Uber, which takes us to Belize, Honduras,
Honduras,
and Jamaica, and then
and then
that's the
Saint.
end of the year for this version of the tour.
Okay, so you guys it's already mapped out what
Yeah,
Yeah,
needs
yeah,
to
we
we're
mapped
happen.
our
we're
entire
very
year
Yeah, yeah,
out
yeah,
since last year in November.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So for Tobago Carnival, and you just mentioned Tobago. Um, any discussions happening with stakeholders or anything like that, or is it too early to ask?
Well, we decided to go a different route for Tobago because
Mm-hmm.
what we realized is that there wasn't enough information for us to do what we normally do, which is kind of join forces with whatever is the existing elements, and then we kind of take that route through the carnival experience, but there was no
Right.
base to connect to, mostly because of the fact that a lot of the information has not yet been released, I guess. So we kind of shifted the way we were going to do Tobago. Tobago actually was not in our original lineup, but
Right.
he really generously stated that because I'm Tobagonian and we did his home island, which is St. Vincent, he thinks that we should do Tobago. So we added Tobago to our lineup only like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So what we
Right.
decided to do is a little different. On 2024 tour, which is team Fet, Travel, and Carnival, separates and kind of focuses more on how do we help the island with tourism itself, and how do
Mm-hmm.
we help the individual brands with fetting, and then how do we help the Carnival product. So it's a little different to what we're currently doing. So for Tobago, that's the method we're going to put in place. So we're working with Dirty Medics for Juvie. We're contemplating doing a host event there, and a kind of a cultural workshop class experience, and then we're marketing through our back end networks to come in to enjoy the Tobago experience from the tourism perspective, so that we could then use that as the basis to launch our 2024 product, because there isn't enough entities for us to partner with yet, and if we wait it may throw off the way in which we will be able to market. There is still opportunities though if there are events that pop up, or if we find a band to collaborate with, which we actually had our eyes on Zane Carnival. So we were going to contact them to see if we could probably negotiate something for the tourists and the international elements that we have coming in to be able to jump with the band.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. You said so much in that short space of time because I
Yes, so kind
really
of fast.
wanted, you know, you to break down, which is why I asked the question about, okay, what's happening next? Where are you guys going next? And you took
Yeah.
us on that little journey there. I'm
Journey.
so happy for you. I,
Yeah.
this is a proud moment. I feel like a proud aunt, watching Shanaria on screen right now because I'm so proud of you as young people. I'm so proud of you as Caribbean daughter and son and doing this kind of work that is so, so impactful. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful,
Yeah.
beautiful thing. So how can we find
Thank
you?
you.
Where do we find you? Your
That
social
travel run
tags? How do
everything.
we find you guys?
Every
That the tourism aspect and how do we delve straight into assisting the entities of Carnival outside of the mass experience. So we're going to be bringing in everybody from everywhere to come and experience all of the Carnival starting with Trinidad.
Yes, and I
Yay!
love, I love, 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 love that idea. Guys, before I go, I'm gonna wrap in a few, but I wanted to ask you, Kiambu, I'll start with you. Tell our viewers something positive. If you could give a message, what would that be?
um, so in retrospect of Fed Travels itself, running a business. So I'll kind of start it negative, but I'll end positive. So running a business, especially in beginning stages, is very frustrating, can be very stressful, and it can want you to give up many times because we've had those moments before. But I feel and I also know that pushing through it and overcoming those obstacles, like knowing the goal that you have in mind and reaching to that goal and striving for that goal, is more fruitful than all the stress, all the wanting to quit, all them stuff, and especially doing with someone that you trust and love is even better. So
And there you
I'll end
heard
the
it,
message with
guys.
that.
Yes, and we're going to take a break. We're going to come right back. We still have some talking to do. So we're going to be right back with Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. If you're just joining us, that's okay. We have some stuff to do. All right. So thank you so much. We're going to be right back with more from Brunch.
All soca lovers, stand up. All soca lovers, stand up.
Are you flood ready? Monitor trusted sources for info. Wear protective gear when you clean up. Contact your insurance provider to assess the damage. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Inner Health, number 13B Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Back. Thank you so much, Pet Travelers, for that wonderful interview. Thank you to Kiambu and thank you to Shanaria for your wonderful work that you're doing. Now, guys, the trivia question, I'm going to go back to that. All right. Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? Now remember, that lovely prize that I mentioned before, a breakfast for two at Magdalena Grand Hotel. And you guys need to type. Do I have to come back with this question again? Because I want someone to get it. I want someone to actually get this right. This is earmarked. This is history. This is the first ever 1986. Come on. Somebody needs to get this right. All right. So, from our family to yours, this has been Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. We want to thank everyone for gracing us, for taking the time to talk with us today. And please stay tuned tomorrow. Remember, money matters. Yeah, we need to talk money matters. We need to talk culture corner. You guys need to be there for that. All right. So from our family to you, we wish you peace, love, and light, and blessings to each and every one of you. See you tomorrow.